If you want to start a career in the IT industry and have absolutely no idea on where to start, this video is for you. In this video, I'll break down what are the step-by-step process anyone has to go through from having no IT knowledge at all from landing their first IT job. So let's jump right in. Before we go to any of these steps, one thing you have to understand is that IT is a very broad field. There are literally dozens of job categories within the IT industry. For example, software development, web development, DevOps, data science, cybersecurity, and a lot more. So the very first step you have to take is to identify what is the one job category you want to develop your expertise in. And only once you have narrowed down the scope of what you want to learn, then you can decide how you would learn it. There are many factors which you should be considering when you're trying to pick that one job category for you. One factor could be that if you have a close family member or a close friend who is already in the IT industry, then you can understand that what is the job category they are working in and try to get guidance from them on how to get started in that. Having someone close who is already working on it is a big plus, especially if you are brand new to the IT industry. And then there are several other factors you can look at. For example, you can see what is the number of job openings for that job category. You can see that what is the average salary for that job category, and you can also see that how that job category is growing over years and what is the projected growth of that job category in the future years. Another factor to look at is that are there some credible good certifications available in that job category, because certifications not only provide a good set of curriculum for you to get started on, but it also provides some good credible credentials which you can really benefit from. Especially if you have no prior IT experience, certifications can be a lever which you can use to differentiate yourself. Now, there are a ton of resources which you can use to find out these data points. For example, there are some tech salary reports issued by CompTIA, Dice.com. You can also look at statistics published from Bureau of Labor and Statistics. And another handy tool is just to use ChatGPT. Ask it about the questions of the demand, the projected growth, and also the average salary or different job categories, and it will provide some very good information about that. One thing to be mindful is that though it is a very important decision, don't run into the state of analysis paralysis while picking the job category you want to develop your expertise in. I think a couple of hours of research and speaking with some people should be good enough for you to understand what is the job category you want to pick. But if you are taking more than a week to figure this out, that is too much. So time box yourself for within a week's time frame and figure out what is the one job category you want, and later on, worst case, if you don't like it, you can always change it. A lot of learning from one job category do translate to the other, so you won't be starting from scratch even if you change the job category later. Now, once you have narrowed down that what is the one job category you want to pursue to further develop your expertise in, the next step is to develop a game plan on how you will learn that. The big problem you're going to face is that of information overload. On YouTube, there are millions of videos who would be educating on how you can learn it. You go to Udemy, there are hundreds of courses out there, and many other platforms offer such fantastic courses. And if you are just getting started, it's very difficult for you to pick what is the right pieces of information which you should be consuming to strengthen your understanding within that job category. I think there are three main ways in which you can develop a solid game plan on what are the resources you will be consulting. The first one is certifications. If there are some good and credible certifications available in the path you have selected, then they provide you a very well-defined curriculum which you can just follow step by step to develop your expertise within that niche. The other option is that of boot camps. There are many good boot camps out there. They provide you a good peer environment, a structured learning process, but the downside there is that usually they are very costly. The average cost of a boot camp is about $15,000, so it is a big financial commitment. The third option is that of self-learning. Pretty much every information you need is already freely available. It's just that you need the right guidance to understand that what you should be learning and from where. And for that, what I would highly recommend is that you find a good mentor who is already an expert in the field and also can guide you on how you can navigate that process of information overload. There are many ways to find a good mentor. One, you can try to find someone within your network. The other is that go look at LinkedIn, see what are the people who are from the same school, from same neighborhood, a friend of a friend who's working in the same industry, and do cold outreach them. A lot of people are willing to help if you ask in the right way. And the third option is that nowadays there are many websites which offer paid consultation, so you can pick a mentor there and pay them on an hourly rate to guide you through this journey. Self-learning without a mentor who could not only guide you through different steps but also keep you accountable is a very important thing, because self-learning without any mentorship and without accountability is a very good recipe for failure. So try to avoid it at all costs. So once you have identified what is the job category you want to develop your expertise in, and you have developed the game plan of how you are going to learn that, the third step is to surround yourself with a community of people who are marching in the same direction as you want. Not only they can help you with the day-to-day challenges you are facing, the questions which are coming to your mind, they can help you answer that, but more than that, they help as a support group. Once you see that you are not the only one who's struggling with all those issues, it has a very morale boosting impact. The good thing is that nowadays there are many very active Facebook groups, Discord communities, which you can join absolutely for free and just be active and engage with what's going on there on a day-to-day basis, so that you have that sense of community, that sense of camaraderie which is needed for a long-term success in this career. The last thing I would say is set some clear goals and realistic expectations on what you are going to achieve as you embark on this career. There are many people who would say that you can learn IT and get your first job within 2 to 3 months. It might be possible, but it is definitely not likely. So don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself some time. It usually takes about 8 to 10 months, about a year, for you to familiarize yourself with a lot of technical tools, etc., so that you are job ready. And even when you get job ready, it takes you some time to land your first job. So give yourself at least a 12-month period for starting from zero all the way to landing your first IT job, so that even if you don't see some immediate results, you don't get disheartened. The good thing is that there are more than 4 million people employed in the tech industry in the US. If 4 million people can do something, you definitely can do it. However, when we look at the stats of the people who are self-taught, the chances of them learning IT on their own and landing their first job, they are not very encouraging. I've created a separate video on what I think are different factors which lead to failure of a lot of self-taught developers. And I've also listed some tips on how you can increase your likelihood of success if you are becoming a self-taught IT person. The link of that should be somewhere here. Please have a look. I hope you'll find it interesting. Thank you so much.